Alright, Geometry Digital Learning Day 8. So hopefully yesterday you were able to review completing the square, which you saw in algebra. We've done it before. Now we're just going to kind of take it another step and apply it with our circles. So just game plan for the future, alright? So today I want you guys to do these notes, and I'm going to put up a Delta Math assignment, okay? Tomorrow is just going to be review in the case of, or in the form of Delta Math. I will do a Zoom, and that will be on my blog, probably at noon. But keep in touch with my blog on that. Alright, so the last pieces of circles we're going to focus on is the standard form, which we've seen already. Alright, x minus a squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, where, just a quick reminder, h comma k is the center. Right? And then r stands for the radius. Okay? And now you might also see the circle formula in this form. Okay? What we call general form. ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus e equals 0. Okay? A few key things here. One, set equal to 0. Okay? And two, it goes kind of in descending order, right? X squared, x, y. This would be a constant at the end, and that's going to be set equal to 0, okay? The good news is you don't need to know what any of those pieces mean. You don't need to know the a's, the b's, and all that. All you need to know is how to move from one form to the other, okay? So let's talk about that. Number one tells me to convert to general form. So if you notice, I am in standard form here. This is standard. Okay. To convert it to general form, I'm going to have to expand everything out. Once everything gets expanded, so expand is step 1. Step 2, combine like terms. 3, set equal to 0. Okay, 3 steps to take. So to expand, whenever you see something, so for instance, y plus 4 squared, that's really like saying x squared plus y plus 4 times y plus 4 equals 9. Remember, write me twice. If you remember back to your Algebra 1 days, okay? Because this square does not distribute and make y squared plus 16. Please, 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 please do not do that, okay? From here, we will FOIL first, outside, inside, last, and then this x squared, nothing's going on, so we're just going to keep moving it down. So I have x squared plus, now we're going to FOIL y plus 4 times y plus 4. Y times y is y squared. Outside, y times 4 plus 4y. Inside, 4 times y, so plus 4y again. Last, 4 times 4 is 16. And I still have my 9 on the right-hand side. Okay, so that's step 1. I'm now fully expanded. All we did is wherever we had a binomial square, we wrote it twice and FOILed it out. Okay, now step 2 says to combine my like terms. X squared, I don't see any more of those, so I can write it down. Plus y squared, there's no more of those. Plus 4y plus 4y, well that's going to give me 8y plus 16 equals 9. Okay. And then step 3, when we want to get it set equal to 0. So subtract 9. Left with x squared plus y squared plus 8y plus 7 equals 0. And I am done. Now I am in general form. Okay, so I'm expanding everything out. Alright. Number 2, same thing happens, except now we have x plus 1 squared also. So we have 2 binomials here. So the same steps are going to come into play. One, we're going to expand. So we're going to do x plus 1 times x plus 1 plus y minus 4 times y minus 4. And then that equals 8 is still there. Okay. So the only difference in this one is that two things are getting expanded, the x's and the y's. Okay. I'm going to go through and I'm going to FOIL the same way. X times x is x squared plus 1x plus another 1x plus 1, and that's just FOILing, plus y times y is y squared, y times negative 4 is minus 4y, negative 4 times y is negative 4y, and then last, negative 4 times negative 4 is going to be a positive 16. And my 8 is still there. Okay, so now I've gotten everything nice and expanded. Step 2 tells me to combine my like terms, and I want to keep in mind this order I want over here, right? I want that descending order. So, x squared. Nothing here can combine with x squared. So I'm just going to bring it down. X squared. 1x plus a 1x is going to give me 2x plus 2x. And I'm just going to kind of go down the line. Plus 1, well that's a constant, so my other constant down here, plus 16. 1 and 16 will give me 17. Y squared, there's nothing else that will go with it, so plus y squared. Minus 4y, that gets me a minus 8y. 16 I already took care of, and that's equal to 8. Okay, on this step, when I combine my like terms, I want to go ahead and make sure I'm staying in that descending order. So, now everything's pretty cleaned up, I just need to go in the right order based on what's up here. So, x squared plus y squared plus, now I want my x, 2x. Now I want my y, minus 8y. And I want my constant, plus 17 equals 8. So just look back at that formula. X squared, I want that one first. Y squared, I want that one next. Then my x, then my y, then my constant. Okay? And then step 3, set equal to 0. So subtract 8, x squared plus y squared plus 2x minus 8y plus 9 equals 0. And that is my general form of the circle equation. Okay? So, it's important to have the algebra skills there to do that. Okay? But this next piece is really the big piece of the puzzle. Okay? Everyone good? So, we're going to move to the bottom of this page. Okay? So, now I think we're going kind of in the opposite direction. Now we're in general form. This is general. And I want to end in standard form. So when I finish this guy out, I want to finish something that looks like this. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, I want it to end up looking like that. Alright. So, steps over here. You want to group your x's and leave a space. So kind of just the opposite of what we did. Now we want to bring the x's back together. So we're going to write this as x squared plus 16x plus blank. And then we're going to group the y's and leave a space. So then we want to leave it as squared and then linear. So y squared minus 22y plus blank. Okay. Move the constant. So that means I have a negative 20 on the left-hand side. I want to move it back to the right-hand side. I'm going to add 20 to both sides. So now I have equals 20. And remember, it's equations, we want to always keep them balanced. So this left-hand side has 2 blanks. So over here, we're also going to leave 2 blanks. So now I have 20 plus blank plus blank. Okay. then we're going to complete the square like we learned how to do yesterday. So, except the difference is we're going to do it twice. So I'm going to draw a little line so I keep everything kind of separate. Okay? So this gives you a reminder on the steps. First, half the linear term and square it. Okay? We know that better as b over 2 squared. Okay, so right now I'm only worried x squared plus 16x plus blank. How do I figure out what goes in that blank? Well, I use my b, which is 16. 16 over 2 squared. Well, 16 over 2 is 8. And 8 squared is 64. So 64 will go in my blank. Then I'm going to do the same exact thing, but with just my y's. So pretend just the y's are there. Y squared minus 22y plus blank. Well, I take the b over 2 squared when my b is negative 22 over 2. And square it. Negative 22 over 2 is negative 11 squared. Negative 11 squared, remember it's always going to be positive. Plus 121. If you get a negative, then you did something wrong. Probably how you put it in the calculator. Okay? So once we figure out these blanks, we need to remember to put the same number in the blanks on the right. Keep the equation balanced. You can't just add something in unless you add it to the other side as well. Okay? So that's step 1. Half the linear term is squared and add it to both sides. Check. Do it for both the x and the y. Check. Factor and simplify. I know it says factory, sorry, it's supposed to say factor. Okay. When we factor, we use that x method, but we're going to factor 2 separate times. So, if I were to just cover this right hand side up, right? Forget about it for a second. Okay. So here, I'm going to make a big X. 64 would go up top. 16 on the bottom. Remember, this is what we did yesterday. That's what we reviewed. Two numbers that multiply to 64 but add to 16. It's going to be 8 and 8. And whenever you do these numbers should be the same. Okay? Which means this is x plus 8 times x plus 8. Well, we know we can write that really simply as x plus 8 squared. Alright. We're going to do the same exact thing, just on this right hand side. So I have y squared minus 22y plus 121. 121 is going to go on top, negative 22 on the bottom. And from here, I'm going to figure out those numbers. Well, it's going to be 11 and 11. We'll multiply to 121. But be careful, they have to combine to a negative 22. So to do that, we'll make both of them negative. So that becomes y minus 11 times y minus 11. But we know we can make that nice and simple as y minus 11 squared. Okay? So when we put it all together here, we have x plus 8 squared plus y minus 11 squared equals, then we just need to add everything on our right hand side. 20 plus 64 plus 121 plus 64, and we get 205. Do that. That is the final equation. Okay. What does that tell us? That tells us we have a circle with the center negative 8, 11, and the radius would be the square root of 205. Okay? So now we have it in standard form, so we can find the center and the radius really easily. Okay?